Good afternoon, everybody. Today is December 7, 2023. We will be giving our pre-bid conference for 6 projects included in our CY 2024 regular and projects. No? Before we start with our pre-bid proper, Engineer Rowe, please do the roll for them.
The attendance for this afternoon our chairman, Ma'am
Present.
Back Vice Chairman, Ma'am Mariana Pasayan, Sir, back members, Ma'am Fernando Magente, Sir Bonifacio Cadigue, our OIC Chairman, Engineer Sir Donald Rodriguez, legal committee members, Sir Vitaliano Andales, Secretary Nakalitan po. Back Secretary Member, Mr. Scully Roberto Nagisan, and Chair Bernie Haban.
Thank you, Engineer Robert Hanisan. There being a quorum, let's proceed with the pre-bid proper. We start with, we have first our observers, letters were sent to our observers. Mr. Jose Ranyola, representative, Kabangan, Legazpi City. Ma'am Ruby Sanchez Morano, President, Rodeo Masbate Incorporated, Masbate City. Ma'am Emma Del Prado, State Auditor 4, ROA, DPWH, Masbate Second EO, Masbate City. As well as Engineer Mark Ian Garbo, Media President, Masbate Second DEO, Masbate City. We start with our pre-bid conference. We have contract ID 24FI0019, which is the advertised Convergent Social Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Roads, and our bridges from National Road leading to major strategic public building facilities, construction of road, Junction National Road, Barangay Buri, Masbate City. Contract location, Mandaon, Masbate. Scope of work, construction of concrete road, ABC 9,899,978 pesos and 12 centavos. Contract duration 78 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 10,000. License classification is required at least C and D for general engineering and small B for roads. Okay, let's have Engineer Vitaliano Andales to discuss the major and similar category of work as well as manpower and equipment requirement. Engineer Andales.
The major category of work are CP roads construction PCP. Then the similar category of work RRP roads rehabilitation PCP. Number 2 are CTP roads construction tunnel PCP. The key personnel, one project manager, their experience 5 years, relevant 15 years, one project engineer, 5 years their experience, 10 years relevant experience, materials engineering, materials engineer 1 or 2. The foreman, 3 years general experience, then the relevant experience 5. The minimum major equipment requirements, the machine, backhoe, bar bender, bar cutter, barricade flasher light, bomb trap, bulldozer, cargo service truck, 2 to 5 metric ton, cargo service truck 9 to 10 metric ton, chainsaw, standard blade, concrete batching plant, concrete saw, concrete vibrator, dump truck, grade sealing machine, digging machine, loaded trailer, motorized road grader, manufacturing mixer, payloader, big compactor, telescopic non-lead, two-way radio, vibratory roller, water trap pump, and
Thank you. Let's proceed with our second project, contract ID 24FI0029. Organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system network development program. Construction of missing link new roads, Asid Tigao, Baramalbog Road, Package 1. Contract location, Milagros Masbate. Scope of work, construction of concrete road, ABC 96,499,947 pesos and 89 centavos. Contract duration 202 calendar days. Amount of bidding documents 50,000. License classification required for 24FI0029. At least B for general engineering and medium A for roads. Again, Engineer Vitaliano, video and similar category.
the major category for work of this project are CP, roads construction PCP, then a similar category for RRP, roads rehabilitation PCP, number two RCTP, roads construction panel PCP. The key personnel required, project manager 1, 5 years engineer experience, regular experience 15 years, one project engineer 5 years, then regular experience 10 years, materials engineer DPWs accredited by materials engineer 1 or 2, one foreman 3 general experience, and the regular experience 5 years. The minimum video equipment requirements indicate the machine, backhoe, bar builder, bar cutter, barricade, flasher light, truck, bulldozer, cargo service truck, 2 to 5 metric ton, cargo service truck 9 to 10 metric ton, chainsaw, concrete batch plant, concrete saw, concrete spreader, concrete vibrator, dump truck, joint sealer machine, kneading machine, loading trailer, motorized road grader, barrel mixer, payloader, vacuum compactor, telescopic mallet, transit mixer, two-way radio, vibratory roller, water truck pump.
Okay, for our third project, we have contract ID 24FI0030. Organizational outcome 2, protect lives and properties against major flood control, flood management program, construction maintenance of flood mitigation structures and root system, construction of flood control structure, Acid River, Masbate City, Masbate. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structures, ABC 96,499,908 pesos and 50 centavos. Contract duration is 316 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 50,000. License classification required for this project, at least B for general engineering and medium A for flood control. Again, Engineer Vitaliano for major and similar category as well as manpower and equipment required.
The major category for FCDS, flood control construction is for protection using structural measures, sample, equipment, retaining structure, wire. So that's the category for RCPS, road construction is the protection using structural measures, sample, equipment, retaining structures, wirenet. RCTP roads construction talent PCB. Number two, FXR, flood control hydraulic control. PHC, ports, harbor, causeway, FXD, flood control hydraulic dam. Then key person required, one project manager with general experience 5 years, regular experience 15 years, one project engineer 5 years experience, and the regular experience 10 years, materials engineer accredited DPWs and materials engineer 1 or 2. Foreman, 3 years experience and 5 years experience. The minimum major requirements, water truck pump, dump truck, payloader, backhoe, chainsaw, boom truck, brake compactor, tunnel mixer, concrete vibrator, cutter, load trailer, building machine, vibrohammer, roller crane, bulldozer, motorized trailer, vibratory roller, and minor tools.
Okay, for our fourth project, we have contract ID 24FI0031, local program, national building program, buildings and other structure, construction, completion of PPWH, Masbate Second Building, Masbate City. Scope of work, construction of multipurpose building, ABC, 28,949,995 pesos and 60 centavos. ABC, contract duration, we have 210 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 25,000. License classification required for this project. At least C and B for general engineering and small b for buildings. Engineer Andales.
Major category work, BICW PLC, building construction without piles, low-rise concrete frame 1 to 5 stories. Then the similar category of works, BICW PHCP, buildings construction with piles, high-rise concrete frame, casting place piles 6 and above stories. Number 2, BICW PHCP, building construction piles, low-rise concrete as in place bias 1 to 5 stories. BICWHCDP building construction with pile high-rise concrete frame like with pile 6 and above stories. Number 4, BICWHCDP buildings construction with piles low-rise concrete frame like with piles 1 to 5 stories. BICWPHC building construction without pile high-rise concrete frame 6 and above stories. Key personnel required, one project manager, 5 years experience, relevant experience 15 years, one project engineer, 5 years experience, relevant experience 8 years, one materials engineer, development and materials engineer, 1 or 2. Foreman, 3 years experience, five years for the relevant experience. So the minimum major requirement, boom truck, plate compactor, one bagger, bar cutter, bar bender, welding machine, cutting outfit, generator set, all made. Grinding machine and accessories, all compressor, all models, and minor tools.
Okay, thank you. For our fifth project, we have contract ID 24FI0032. Convergence Special Support Program, Special Road Fund, Motor Vehicle Users Charge. MBUC as per RA 11239. We have construction and cleaning of damaged paved road along Masbate Katangan Plaza Road, kilometer 6 to kilometer 7 plus 141. Contract location, Mabuk Masbate, scope of work, reconstruction of concrete pavement. ABC 74,398,612 pesos and 91 centavos. Contract duration is 255 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 50,000. License classification required at least B for general engineering and medium A for roads. Engineer Angeles for major and similar category.
Major category 4, RRP roads, rehabilitation, PCP. Similar category works, RCP roads construction, PCP. Number 2, RCPP roads construction, tunnel, PCP. Okay, person required, project manager, experience 5, relevant experience 15 years. One project engineer, 5 years experience, 10 years relevant experience. One materials engineer, development materials engineer, 1 or 2. One foreman, 3 years experience, relevant experience 5 years. The minimum major requirements, applicator machine, backhoe with breaker, barbeater, barcutter, market, washer line, contract, bulldozer, cargo service truck type, then metric ton, chainsaw, concrete bus plant, concrete concrete spreader, concrete vibrator, cutting outfit, dump truck, drill steel machine, digging machine, load the trailer, motorized road grader, wagon mixer, payloader, plate compactor, telescopic mallet, transit mixer, two-wheel radio, vibratory roller, water truck pump, and tools.
Okay, thank you. For our last project, we have 24FI0033, Convergence Spatial Support Program, Spatial Road Fund, MBUC. As per RE 11239, installation of road safety devices and street luminaires along Asbatica Tainan Road, kilometer 4 to kilometer 7. Scope of work, road safety, roadway lighting, ABC 29,399,922 pesos and 78 centavos. Contract duration sa 63 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 25,000. License classification required at least C and D for general engineering and small B for roads.
The major category of work, EAMS, traffic engineering and management system, including road safety devices. Civil category of works, EAG, traffic engineering guardrails, DEP, traffic engineering pavement markings, DEP-SP, traffic engineering profile markings, DEP, DEP-S, traffic engineering pavement stats, DES is traffic engineering management system including road safety devices. D, traffic engineering scientist. The key personnel required project manager, 5 years experience, advanced first 15 years, one project engineer, 5 years experience, 10 years technical experience, one materials engineer, DPW certified materials engineer, one or two, the foreman, 3 experience, 8 years experience, 3 experience, 5 years. The minimum legal requirement, backhoe with breaker, bartender, barcutter, barricade flashing light, bomb trap, 5 metric ton, 160 horsepower. Then cargo service truck to 5 metric ton, cargo service truck 9 to 10 metric ton, component vibrator, dump truck, loaded trailer, one wagon mixer, say compactor, telescopic magnet, water truck pump, and minor tools.
Thank you. Okay. Now the DPWH Masbate Second Engineering Office now invites bids for the procurement of these 6 projects. Completion of work is required as stated above. Bidders should have completed a contract similar to the project. The description of the eligible bidders contained in the bidding documents. Prospective bidders should be registered and classified by the Philippine Contractors and Accreditation Board, the PCAB. Contractor applicants who wish to participate in this bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works Registry at DPWH Procurement Service, Port Area, Manila, while those who are already enrolled shall keep the records current and updated. Prospective bidders shall present the original official receipt and payment for bid documents to the Back Secretariat of this office before the deadline stated above for inclusion in the list of contractors for eligibility processing. The owner or authorized representatives included in the CRC will be allowed to transact business related to the bidding matters as per DO 197 series of 2001. Those representatives not included in the CRC are required to submit special power of attorney or secretary certificate, whichever is applicable, and 2 valid government ID to be allowed to transact business. All participating bidders shall be in the document request list (BRL) of the Philippines website and secure a printout copy showing that they are included in the list. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in 2016 revised IRR of Republic Act 9184. Interested bidders may obtain further information from DPWH Masbate Second DEO and inspect the bidding document of the procurement unit Back Secretariat Office from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A complete set of bidding documents will be acquired by interested bidders starting on November 30 from given address and website below, and upon payment of applicable fee for the bidding document pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the DPTV, and the amount is stated above. The DPWH Masbate Second DEO Masbate City is holding now the pre-bid conference. The procurement unit back secretariat through video conferencing, webcasting via Facebook Messenger or Zoom, it shall be open to prospective bidders. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of electronic bid are contained in BDS ITB Law 70. Bids must be duly received by the Bank Secretariat at the address below for manual submission or at electronic bids underscore masbati2 at dpwh.gov.ph for electronic submission on or before December 19, 2023 at 11 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms to the following schedule: copy of Fisher's monetary check issued by the Universal or Commercial Bank, bank draft guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit issued by the Universal or Commercial Bank. Then, with the surety callable upon demand issued by surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. Bid securing declaration that is undertaking necessitates, among others, that the bidder shall enter into a contract with the procuring entity and furnish the required performance security within 10 calendar days or less, as indicated in the bidding documents. Bid opening will be on December 19, 2023 at 2 p.m. at the Procurement Unit Back Secretariat Office and or through Facebook Messenger or Zoom. Bids will be opened in the presence of the leadership representative who choose to attend the activity. Equipment capacity as specified in the sheet shall be mandatory, and absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. The DPWH must not second EO reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to the contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of 2016 revised implementing rules and regulation of RA 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected dealers or dealers. Okay, let's have Engineer Sol Aligato to discuss some pointers to avoid disqualification of bids. Engineer Sol.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to read about Section 23 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulation, known as the eligibility requirements for the procurement of infrastructure projects. For purposes of determining the eligibility of bidders using the criteria stated in Section 23.4 of this IRR, only the following documents shall be required by the bank using the forms prescribed in the bidding documents. We have Class A documents and Class B. Under Class A documents, we have legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. Under legal documents, we have three documents. First, registration certificate from SEC, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or CDA for cooperatives. Two, mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. A recently expired mayor's or business permit together with the official receipt as proof that the prospective bidder has applied for renewal within the period prescribed by the concerned local government unit shall be accepted by the PhilGEPs for the purposes of obtaining the PhilGEP certificate of registration and membership in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of this IR. And third, tax clearance per Executive Order 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Under technical documents, first, statement of the bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Second, statement of the bidders SLCC similar to the contract to be bid. Third, in the case of procurement of infrastructure projects, a valid Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. And under financial documents, first, the bidder's audited financial statements showing, among others, the bidder's total and current assets and liabilities, stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Second, the bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or the FFCC. Under Class B document, for infrastructure projects, JV bidders shall submit a JVA in accordance with RA 4566 and its IRR. Each partner of the joint venture shall submit their respective PhilGEP certificates of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of its IRR. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitutes compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the MCC shall likewise submit the statement of all of its ongoing contracts and audited financial statements. Eligibility criteria or Section 23.4. For the procurement of infrastructure projects, the following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding for infrastructure projects. First, duly licensed Filipino citizens or sole proprietorships. B. Partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and in which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. C. Corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to citizens of the Philippines. D. Cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines. E. Persons or entities forming themselves into a joint venture, a group of two or more persons or entities that intend to be jointly and severally responsible or liable for a particular contract. Provided, however, that in accordance with Executive Order Number 65, Series of 2018, Filipino ownership or interest of the joint venture concerned shall be at least 60%. Provided further that joint ventures in which Filipino ownership or interest is less than 60% may be eligible where the structures to be built require the application of techniques and or technologies which are not adequately possessed by a person or entity meeting the 60% Filipino ownership requirement. Provided finally that in the latter case, Filipino ownership or interest shall not be less than 25%. For this purpose, Filipino ownership or interest shall be based on the contributions of each of the members of the joint venture as specified in their joint venture agreement. Section 23.4.2.2, foreign bidders may be eligible to participate in the procurement of infrastructure projects when provided for under any treaty or international or executive agreement as provided in Section 4 of the Act and this IRR. 23.4.2.3, in accordance with Republic Act 4566 entitled An Act Creating the Philippine Licensing Board for Contractors, prescribing its powers, duties, and functions, providing funds, therefore, and or other purposes. The persons or entities enumerated in Section 23.4.2.1 of this IR may participate in competitive bidding if he has been issued a license by the PICAB to engage or act as a contractor. Under 23.4.2.4, the bidder must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value, adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices, must be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. Provided, however, that contractors under small a and small b categories without similar experience of the contract to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than the allowable range of contract cost for the ARCC of their registration based on the guidelines as prescribed by the PICA. For foreign funded procurement, the GOP and the foreign government or foreign or international financing institution may agree on another track record requirement. Moreover, a contract shall be considered similar to the contract to be bid if it has the same major categories of work. The procuring entity may clarify that in the bidding documents that what is regarded as major categories of work. Under Section 23.4.2.5, the SLCC shall be supported by an owner certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the contractor's performance evaluation system or the SOPES. In case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. 23.4.2.6, the computation of bidders and FCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid, calculated as follows. NFCC is equals to the current assets minus current liabilities times 15 minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started when signing with the contract to be bid. The values of the domestic bidders' current assets and current liabilities shall be based on the latest audited financial statements submitted to the BRR. For purposes of computing the foreign bidders' NFCC, the value of the current assets and current liabilities shall be based on their audited financial statements prepared in accordance with international financial reporting standards. Under 23.5, GOCCs may be eligible to participate in competitive bidding only if they can establish that they are, first, legally and financially autonomous, b, operate under commercial law, and c, are not attached agencies of the procuring entity. The GPPB shall promulgate the necessary guidelines for this provision. Under 23.6, notwithstanding the eligibility of a bidder, the procuring entity concerned reserves the right to review the qualifications of the bidder at any stage of the procurement process if the procuring entity has reasonable grounds to believe that a misrepresentation has been made by the said bidder or that there has been a change in the bidder's capability to undertake the project from the time it submitted its eligibility requirements. Should such review uncover any misrepresentation made in the eligibility requirements, statements or documents or any other in the situation of the bidder which will affect the capability of the bidder to undertake the project so that it fails the eligibility criteria, the procuring entity shall consider the said bidder as ineligible and shall disqualify it from obtaining an award or contract. This is in accordance with rules 11, 12, and 13 of this IRR. Under Section 25, known as submission and receipt of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the forms specified in the bidding docs in two separate sealed bid envelopes or two password-protected bidding documents in compressed archive folders. In case of electronic bid submission and which shall be submitted simultaneously, the first shall contain the technical component of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under Section 23.1 of this IRR for the procurement of infrastructure projects. And the second shall contain the financial component of the bid. The first envelope shall contain the following technical information or documents. First, Wiljet certificate of registration and membership in accordance with section 8.5.2 of this IRR. Second, pickup license and registration. Third, statement of all ongoing government and private programs. Fourth, statement of SLCC. Fifth, NFC's computation. Sixth, JBA if applicable. Seventh, bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. Eight, project requirements, which shall include the following. First is the organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Second, list of contractors' personnel, example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. Third, list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and/or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project or as the case may be. And lastly, under section 25.2 is the omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 25.3 of this IRR. The Under section 25.4, the second envelope shall contain the financial information or documents as specified in the PBDs. However, bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked or not properly compressed and password protected as required in the bidding docs shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The bank shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or improperly compressed or password protected folder or for its premature opening.
Thank you, Engineer Salarigato. Again, bid opening shall be on December 19, 2023 at 2 p.m. at the Procurement Unit, Back Secretariat, Masbate 2nd DEO, Masbate City. Is there any additional information among back members? Okay, there being none, pre-bid conference is adjourned at 2:50 p.m. Thank you.